Why would you use butt cream, something that's meant for down there, to get rid of bags that form up here? So let's talk about some of those things. One of the most popular treatments for under eyes is filler, dermal filler. So what dermal filler is it's something called hyaluronic acid, which all of us have in our bodies. Basically what these pharmaceutical companies have done is they take this naturally occurring ingredient, they cross-link it to give it some structure so that when it's injected pretty much anywhere around the face, it keeps some of its shape in the places that we put it into. So the other thing that you got to realize is that under eye bags are usually a figure of how the light hits the upper area and then shadows down below. We call this the tear trough, the area where it shadows. So if you can give a little bit more volume under the skin in that area where the shadow is, well, when the light comes down, it's going to cast more uniformly. And that's why people have turned to filler treatments, because hey, they can be done in the office. It doesn't require you going under anesthesia. And in theory, they are reversible. Now, I'll tell you the other side of that coin though. I don't personally do a whole lot of filler anymore at all under the eyes. The reason is because my practice is mostly referral based and people come to me after they've failed filler. And I've just seen so many patients who just have this kind of chronic edema look from multiple rounds of filler, sometimes even only like 1 or 2 rounds, depending on what type of filler was used. And the skin can look translucent, it can look boggy, they feel like they always have fluid under their eyes and it has nothing to do with salt retention. It's because over time, the filler doesn't necessarily always go away completely or dissolve. It just loses that cross-linking. And then it kind of turns into mush, which becomes this kind of edema under your eyes, and it's not pretty. And I go in and I have to dissolve this over multiple rounds, and then we can even talk about maybe some surgical corrections afterwards. For filler, think about the results lasting months to maybe a year, but that long-lasting edema can really accumulate over the years. So just be cautious when you're considering filler. If your issue is more like wrinkles, where you don't like the texture of the skin, or you have some lines when your face is relaxed, you know, all of us have lines under our eyes when we smile, but if you have them even when your face is relaxed, well then that's like when something like a laser, this is an ultra clear laser behind me, can come in handy, because an energy-based device like a laser, like CO2 laser or ultra clear, which has a similar kind of effect profile as CO2, what that can do is it can essentially take off the top layer of skin, help build collagen. And I kind of like to think of it as like a nice paint job on your house. It's going to make it look better. It's going to make it shine and glow, but it's not necessarily going to change the structural issues that might be contributing to the eye bags. If you want to learn more about the science of aging around the eyes, check out my feed, and thank you for watching.